I went to leave and walked to the car. Out there. It's in a box.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Okay, so you catch back up with us in Montevideo, Uruguay. We were staying at an Airbnb where we spent a few days prepping Goose to be shipped. We had already cleaned the inside, and now it was time for the outside.
So in order to ship the car, we need to wash the car, and we thought, hey, there's a self-service one. That'll be good. We'll be able to get everything the way we want it. Tim's currently working on it. They don't even have a brush, so you spray your car with soap and then you spray it off with water. So you might have to get a real car wash, but we're working on it right now. We'll see how it goes.
This was the final prep for shipping. Tomorrow was loading day. It sort of worked. Good enough.
Good morning. This is the morning that hopefully Goose goes on a ship and we say goodbye to him for about a month. So he's clean. We think we have all the paperwork ready to go, and so I guess we'll see if he gets loaded. And from here on out, I'm switching to the GoPro because it's easier to carry, and usually you're not allowed to film in all these places, so smaller is better. So wish us luck, and hopefully by tonight, Goose will be safe and sound in a container.
Alright, so now we're filming on the GoPro. Sorry about the sound. It's not quite as good as our other camera, but this is much easier to take with us. So
yeah,
this is maybe the second to the last drive in Goose, because we'll probably have to drive him to the port. And, not probably, we will have to drive him to the port.
yeah, we'll have to drive him into the port, and then we're not sure if we get to load him or if, like we had it the last time we went from Panama to Colombia, somebody else just, they take your keys, and it's totally nerve-wracking. Nothing was stolen, nothing happened. The only time we've heard of stuff being stolen is really on the roll-on, roll-off, meaning your truck is actually exposed on the deck of a container ship, and then it seems like pretty often it gets raided by the crew on the ship and stolen. They steal everything they can.
Even like car stereo and that sort of thing, like anything that they can take, they take.
But we're going to be in a container again, so I don't expect any issues. It's still nerve-wracking, though, to hand your keys over and go, you know, do you know how to drive? Like, do you know how to go into low range if you need more power to, like, if they have to climb up into a box? I don't know. I picture the guy slamming the gas pedal on an automatic and burning up the torque converter or something stupid.
Yeah.
So, I hope we get to load him, but if not, it's worked once before, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So,
yep.
Always nerve-wracking, and then, you know, it is like 12:30 right now or something like that, and by the end of the day today, you know, ports close on time. Like, these guys are union and they're not going to work overtime.
Yeah.
Or they might work throughout the night, but I mean, in general, I find that when it comes to loading stuff, they basically have a cutoff time and that is it. So if not everything happens on time, you know, we're not making this ship. So I hate that we're down to the wire like this.
Yeah, we were supposed to load yesterday, but then they told us, oh, not today, tomorrow. So we're loading kind of the last day that
you can load for this ship. Yeah, it leaves in 4 days. So we're loading on the 6th, it leaves on the 10th, but you can't load on any other day than today, so we don't have any buffer. So we're showing up earlier than the guy told us to show up, and we'll probably just have to sit in his office. But I'd rather show up early. If he says, hey, let's get this going, then great.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. He's not the most organized person, so
yeah. Our first
super helpful, but a little nerve-wracking.
Super helpful, has tons of great reviews on Overlander for helping others ship their trucks home. But the first time we got our bill of lading, it said Houston, Florida. And there is a Houston, Florida, I guess, which is even more disconcerting.
Cool.
And I was like, no, Houston, Texas. We want to go to Houston, Texas. Houston, Florida, somewhere in the middle of the state. And it's definitely not what you meant to put. But since Florida is the other most common shipping place, I was a little terrified. Like, is this ship going to Florida?
Are we going to the wrong place and Goose is going to show up somewhere else? So
yeah.
Just little things that make us not feel the most comfortable. But we'll see how it goes today. It could be, I'm expecting a pretty long day, so we'll see.
Yep. All right, we'll check in. Here, unless, I don't think there's any way they drove all. Trying to get buzzed in here. Here we go. Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás tú?
Bien.
Bien. Acaba de ir.
10 seconds later.
Alright, we're walking very fast to get some cash. It's a little bit frustrating. We talked to the guy who's helping us ship, and he saying we have a very short time to load the truck, which stresses us out a little bit. And it's only because of other people that are loading in a totally different container, saying that they can't be here early at the time that he wanted them to be here. So now we all have to wait for them. No, why we're rushing now is because we were just going to send money to the agent, and he wants us to go pick up the money. So instead of our original plan, now we're rushing to try and get cash.
So I was just going to reiterate. So originally he wanted us to send him either a bank transfer or Western Union. So we chose Western Union because the fee was smaller. And then this morning he goes, no, go get the cash. I need cash. So, I don't know.
Alright, no cash. We got our workout in for the day already. It's just the first hour.
Yep, I can only imagine what's to come. So they take 24 to 48 hours to get you cash on Western Union, which makes sense. I figured that, but that's why we were going to transfer directly to him, so he can withdraw it or grab it whenever he wants to. And he says he's done that before, until today when he decided he wanted cash. And then it's super frustrating knowing that some other overlander, traveler, whatever, is waiting until 2 p.m. on the day we're supposed to load to show up. So she's probably on a ferry coming from Buenos Aires right now. Then she's going to go get her car and meet us at his office. But if she's not dead on time, we're not making this ship. So I just can't believe that he, or really even us, are going to let some random person possibly miss our ship.
Yeah, so we're a little frustrated so far, but we'll see how it goes. Trying to stay positive.
Yeah, we'll see.
One eternity later.
I take a photo of the whole document. I'll send you the information. And I think in person.
All right, we got everyone, and we are now heading to the port to load up the trucks. Wish us luck.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
In the car, this is the last driving Goose, I think.
Whoa.
Got about a convoy, I think, of 4 trucks, so we're loading 2 containers, us and our container buddies, and then we have 2 other people that are loading their cars in as well. Not to our container, obviously, but...
It's wild. 3 trucks of Canadians and then us.
Yeah. So the other container they're loading is going to Vancouver. We're going to Houston.
Yep.
We have a short window to load, so hopefully it works out.
Yeah, everything's got to go right, I think, to get this done today. And I don't know what the alternative is if we don't get it done, frankly. So let's just assume everything's going to work out fine for now. Nothing else we can do.
Yeah, we booked our flight really quite a bit later, so hopefully even if we did miss something, we have enough time.
That was after our other experience shipping, we knew. Thankfully, I'm really glad the person who I was sort of frustrated with, who we just met,
Seeing on top of it.
Yeah, she got here before she said she would even.
Yeah.
But it was like when I heard there was somebody shipping that we had to wait for until the end of the day.
Never
It
sounds
was still
good.
in Buenos Aires. It was taking a ferry over. I was like, what? How are they not here, you know? And then they were going to get their truck when they got here and then drive over. And you're like, but she got there 15 minutes before she said she would. So we're on schedule.
First step, he's going in Eduardo to cancel our import permits, I think, is the first step. So we're all waiting for that to happen, and we'll see where we go from here. Tip's canceled.
Tip is canceled. We're no longer illegal in anywhere.
I will be very glad when Goose is on the container.
It's funny because part of me is like, oh, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. But then because we've seen, you know, because in like Baja we had to drive thousands of miles back to a border to get a stamp, and then when we shipped from Panama to Colombia, it was like 3 weeks and lots of waiting due to issues out of our control. That one, anyways. You know that it's all serious. Like, if there's something wrong with the paperwork in Houston, they'll reject it, and they have no problem doing it. They go, oh, no, you didn't do blah, blah, blah. Sorry. And so it is a little scary just because, you know, I'm sure it'll be fine, but. Especially when the guy has screwed up, I guess, too, and like, you're going to Houston, Florida, and let's see what else you get wrong. VIN number was wrong.
Yeah, there's just
Wrong.
he's a little bit scatterbrained, which is a bit concerning when you're dealing with needing it to be very precise on stuff. So
Yeah. The fact that there's 4 of us, I guess you feel more relaxed. That doesn't really mean anything, but you go, okay, well,
we're all
in this together at least. So that's also, you know, 4 sets, although the guy's got a girlfriend, so 5, 6 sets of eyes, I guess, 7 sets of eyes that could notice an issue or a mistake in the paperwork. So that's kind of nice. So hopefully all of us are checking everything.
it is definitely faster to have him help us than trying to figure out the last port we did this at. We had to figure out which office we need to go to do this and who we need to talk to do that, and he just knows all of that, so it's a bit quicker than wandering around for us trying to find it, so hopefully that saves us quite a bit of time. Still waiting. Eduardo's doing some paperwork, but we are in the port now, so I think next step will be to load the trucks into the container. Hopefully he's done soon, because I feel like we have a time crunch, so it's a little nerve-wracking.
$2,000 years later.
Oh, you have too many of us.
For you or for you? They put the same name. They put the same name.
Dos tiempo.
Okay. Just kidding.
Fun. Let's hope they're all good drivers.
Okay, remember, Timothy from Houston, contenedores, Caillou. This is the name.
Okay.
And Andrew, okay, contenedores HDU. Hola, there. Hola.
Okay.
Vancouver. Okay? In the moment we look again. But
Sí.
you orange and you red? Red? I don't know.
That one's ours. Yeah. Okay. He said the number or letters CAIU.
say ours is nicer. Yeah, I didn't want to, and I like the color of ours better. So, yeah. So when it arrives in Vancouver, we're going to be like, oh. The self-wash place? Yeah, right. And did yours have a brush? Come back.
I don't.
But it's just the mud guard.
Doing one last check of Goose to make sure we have everything that we need and are leaving everything we don't need. Alright, the moment has come. Tim's moving Goose to load him in. How do you feel?
I feel like we're leaving our home behind. We are, I guess. So.
Yeah. Yep, good. No, no, está bien. Gracias. The multi-use.
By the way, this is Lim and Kim. We were sharing the container with them. We actually ran into them on a hike in Torres del Paine. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Back to the story.
How do you guys feel? Sigh of relief?
Wow.
Sad?
I don't know.
It's perfect.
Yeah?
Now it's free.
You're free. Load it in. Hide down. We'll see him in 30 days, hopefully.
See, they know Goose is in there. Super heavy.
Yeah.
Caillou 802-705. King y Robert. Bien. Así, ¿no? Algo de eso es. Por eso. Muy bien, ok.
Woohoo! Muchas gracias. Gracias, ciao. Ciao, gracias. I went to leave and walked to the car. Not there. It's in a box.
A few moments later.
Hello.
Now that we were all without vehicles, Eduardo was nice enough to give us a lift back to his office, where we bid everyone farewell and good luck on the other end. Then Tim and I hopped in a taxi. It was time for a beer.
Ciao.
Thank you. Get everything?
Yeah. Time for a beer, huh?
Time for a beer. Straight to the beer company. We did it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Got it.
It's good. It's wild. Try it. That's a fruity IPA.
Two hours later.
All right, back to the better audio for you guys. We made it back to our Airbnb. It's very dark in here, but Goose is in a container officially. Next time we see him, it'll be in Texas. How weird is that?
Yeah, it was really. I mean, it was like.
It was a stressful day.
Yeah.
But way better than our last shipping experience.
True.
So far.
So far. Yeah, we don't know, I guess, on the other
Yeah.
end, but there was a lot less running around town to different agencies. It kind of was all just handled at the port, which is super cool.
Yeah.
We had to run to Western Union and back, as you saw, but that got cleared up. We're just going to send it to him instead of us trying to withdraw it. He was sort of pushing us to withdraw the money, which I understand, but he was so okay with us sending it to his account before that we're like, look, it's going to be at least 48 hours, and the weekend starts, well, an hour ago, probably.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to move over the weekend. Why don't we just send it to you, and we'll put it to the info you gave us. So he was cool with that. Really nice guy, and I think it
Yeah.
all worked out, but I think he was a little scatterbrained, so we were both worried. Like,
this is not the most comforting.
he's like, you were going into this container. I was like, no, they're going to Vancouver, you know.
Please don't send Goose to Vancouver yet.
Yeah. But in the end, I think we'll be okay. You'll know, you know.
Soon.
Yeah, we'll let you know. But it's just nice to have it done. We're both just mentally exhausted, I think, from saying goodbye to our home. But
yeah, trying to make sure you have everything that you need for the next month.
yeah,
And traveling, and then making sure you have everything to get Goose back out, all the paperwork and that sort of stuff on the other end, and making sure he's set to be, sitting in a container for a month.
Yep.
So
dehumidifiers in there,
Batteries,
batteries disconnected, as little fuel as we could keep in them. We got them down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to just mentally look at all those things. Every piece of paperwork you're handed, you're trying to make sure everything looks correct on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an exhausting
I think we're
day.
good. So I think we'll relax tomorrow. Tonight, it's too hard to relax because I'm thinking about, did we get this? Remember he handed us that one form? We didn't leave it in the truck, did we? And you're just kind of going over and over again, thinking of all these little scenarios.
Yeah. But met some nice people that were, we were loading with them. They're going to Vancouver. So it was nice to have a group of people.
Well, and then in like the 2 hours since we left Goose, I mean, the amount of like Uruguayans we've met that have been nice. Like these police guys on horses were like, cool. You want to take a photo with the horse? Yeah, come on. Oh, where are you guys from? And how'd you get here? And oh, really? How was that? What do you think of our country? Yeah, it is expensive, Yeah. And then the taxi driver who worked for 30 years in New York is a taxi driver there. Perfect English.
Yeah.
With that typical New York accent. But just reminds you that it's okay. Everyone's nice.
Yeah. So sort of a sigh of relief that now we don't have to worry about where Goose is parked and if he's safe and all of that kind of stuff, because it's kind of out of our control now until we pick him up in Texas. So we just have to figure ourselves out now. We have backpacks on our back, and that's about it.
Yep, we're backpackers for a month.
Yeah. So we're gonna relax.
Time to make dinner.
And
this food's so expensive here, so we're gonna cook some eggs and some soup and have a well-earned beer.
And watch some TV.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Join us next time as we get ourselves back to the States to wait for Goose.
Go down the line. Good work.
It's like an award.
I know. The end of a sports game. Yeah. Good game.
And this Airbnb had a note: if you spend too much on electricity, they charge you more. So we're being
very careful on electricity. Good sound effects. I like that.
Thank you.